Good morning. It's Phil Thatch, and once again, I'm in Dayton, Tennessee at Dayton Point Park, I think is what it's called. And I'm just riding around here trying to find some birds to photograph. I stopped right here where the little creek comes into the lake, and there was a domesticated duck swimming across, and there's some trees in bright light in the background. And so the domesticated duck was swimming right across the reflection of those trees, and I thought it made a pretty cool shot. Today I'm using the Sony a6700 and the 200 to 600 lens, which I really love this combination. And let's see, after that, some mallards swam down, and I didn't get them in the reflection, but I did get a couple of shots of them. So we'll start with that, and hopefully I can find something a little bit more interesting as the morning progresses. I was pretty thrilled with this photograph. Only 261 millimeters, 1/800th of a second, wide open at 5.6. ISO 1000. You know, I normally don't take a picture of these white ducks, but something about the way this water looked and the reflections of those trees, I thought this shot ended up looking pretty special, and I'm really happy that instead of just ignoring that regular old white duck, that I saw it and took the shot. So that turned out pretty nice. And here is the mallard swimming along. It has some pretty nice reflections as well. This one's at 4000 ISO. I probably should have gone with a little bit less shutter speed. 1/800th, 341 millimeters, wide open at 6.3 on this one. Once again, I've come over to the boat ramp, and this is the third time this spring I've stopped here to do some photography, and all three times I've managed to get red-winged blackbird shots at this spot. This is a great red-winged blackbird location if you're into that sort of thing. This red-winged blackbird shot is only 485 millimeters. It's 1/500th of a second, wide open at 6.3 and 1600 ISO. And I like this shot quite a bit, but nowhere near as much as I like this shot. This one turned out really well. I just love the background on this. I think this is the lake in the background, and I just love the way that turned out. This one's 394 millimeters, 1/500th, wide open at 6.3 and ISO 1600 for this red-winged blackbird shot. This is a song sparrow, and there at the boat ramp, there's lots of pickup trucks with boat trailers, and this song sparrow was on the side mirror of one of those trucks in almost perfect sun angle light. So I made this shot. It's a 600 millimeter shot at 1/640th, f6.3 and ISO 320. And even though it's on the side mirror of a pickup truck, I'm still really glad that I made this shot. I thought it turned out nice. I've come outside the car now for a little while because I saw a kingfisher that was doing some fishing, and I think I might have gotten a photograph of it in flight with a minnow in its mouth that it had just caught. And after that, I photographed a starling that was taking a bath right here in the shallow waters at the edge of the lake. This is the belted kingfisher in flight shot. It's 1/640th of a second, nowhere near enough shutter speed for this shot, but like I say, I wasn't set up for birds in flight. 600 millimeters, f6.3, only ISO 160. And it still looks pretty good. I'm happy with the exposure, but if you look at it really up close, you can see it's not very sharp. But I liked it enough to share it with you. This shot is the European starling that was taking a bath, and this is also at 1/640th of a second at 600 millimeters. 125 is the ISO on this one. And after those last two shots, I switched to mechanical shutter just in case there was another birds in flight situation. I didn't want to have rolling shutter distortion. And I increased my shutter speed for this shot. This is 1/1250th, and every shot from the rest of the video is going to be at 1/1250th. This is 600 millimeters of a female house sparrow that was on a guy wire that leads up to a power pole, ISO 160 for this one. Now I found a family of killdeer, first chicks I've seen this year, and I made a few shots of them. I didn't want to bother them. There's a train. Anyway, I made a few shots of them. I definitely got some shots of the adults. I'm not sure about the babies, but anyway, it was cool to see them. Now we're into the killdeer shots. All of these will be at 1/1250th. This is 600 millimeters, f6.3 and ISO 320. I just love these birds, and that is an adult killdeer. And this is a baby killdeer, just super tiny and super young, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, maybe even less than that. 600 millimeters, f6.3 and ISO 200 for that one. Here's another baby killdeer. This may be the cutest picture of the entire video of this super young killdeer there at the water's edge. and it is 200 ISO as well, 1/1250th, 6.3 and 600 millimeters. Love the way that one turned out. Here's an adult killdeer. This one's making its call as it's walking along the shoreline there. This is another 600 millimeter shot at ISO 200. Turned out pretty nice. I was really happy with it. Here's another killdeer shot at 250 ISO and 600 millimeters. I love that red ring around the eye of the killdeer, and I love the stripes on its upper chest area. Just a beautiful little bird, a little shore bird. But you can see these in fields way away from water, but this little family was right next to the water. And here's another shot of one of the adult killdeer. This one's also 250 ISO at 600 millimeters. Beautiful little bird. Always happy to find them and make a few shots of them. Here's another one of the adult killdeer. I'm not sure if this is the same one as those others. There were two around. Both parents were present. And this one's 200 ISO and 600 millimeters. And here's another shot of one of the baby killdeer. I like the dark water. This one's reflecting something besides the sky in the background. I thought that was a pretty good looking shot. And this one's 250 ISO at 600 millimeters. Here's another adult killdeer shot. This one's got a lot of reflection. You've got the belly of the bird reflected in this water. And the water's not this color. This is the blue sky that we're seeing reflected off the water. Really happy with the way this shot turned out of the adult killdeer there in Dayton, Tennessee. I think I might have just gotten a gray blue heron shot in flight with a reflection of itself in these calm waters right here. Unfortunately, there's also reflections of a lot of man-made stuff in the background, so that kind of messes up the shot, but otherwise it might be pretty cool. Now this is the great blue heron in flight, also 1/1250th of a second, only 239 millimeters on this shot. Now I did not share any of the pictures with the heron reflecting off the water. I just didn't like the way they looked, but there is still plenty of reflections. This yellow right here is a reflection on the water. This is the water's edge, and these yellow flowers here at the top of the screen are what you're seeing reflected here off the water. And I was really happy with this great blue heron in flight photograph at 239 millimeters. And here's one last killdeer shot. This is another reflection shot with the blue sky reflecting and the bird reflecting in the water, almost the entire bird. I wish there wasn't so much trash in the water right here, or we could have had a much better reflection. And you know, I shot all of these wide open, and I shot these at 1/1250th. This is a 411 millimeter shot, and I had auto ISO on, so that's why the ISO is what's changing. And these turned out pretty good, and I hope you liked them. Well, it is 9:15 a.m., and I'm already on my way back home. That's how you do it right there. Get out early, get your shooting done, and get home before the light gets bad. Today's a full sun day, and it's especially important to do that on a full sun day, because on a day where there's no clouds, the light just gets horrible about 10 or 10:30. So I'm really happy that I was able to find enough birds to photograph and put together a video by 9:15 in the morning. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, reach down, give me a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. And also, I enjoyed using the Sony gear today. I've really enjoyed investing in the Sony system, even though all I bought was the a6700. I kind of like APS-C cameras for my bird photography, and I'm really happy with the a6700, and I love that 200 to 600 lens that I used today. So that worked out great. And I hope to see you in my next video. And if you want to make sure you don't miss that video, take your moment and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.